coming up here. So welcome to MLS Monday. Today's topic is artificial intelligence in real estate. And so we're going to go over a couple different things this morning. But artificial intelligence was a big driver and topic at this year's TechCon. Every speaker that we brought in had a little bit of AI that they spoke to. And artificial intelligence is not a fad. It's really kind of here. And there's companies that we're going to share with you today that are doing some really amazing things with AI in the real estate space. For those of you who don't know about Second Century Ventures and Reach, which is NAR's kind of incubator system, several of those companies that they've been helping launch, and they've launched companies like DocuSign and some other ones that you're well aware of. Some of those are really driven through AI. And then recently, both in Agent 3000 and in our own matrix system, we put AI in there. So we've got some things here we're going to talk about today and kind of show you. And so we'll take it away from there. So we're going to share our screen here so you guys can see kind of what we're doing.
And in the meantime, if you guys have any questions as we go through this, just use your Q&A box down below. We'll answer it as they pop up.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with the Agent 3000. And they have an AI here on the left called Eve. And a lot of this AI is all based on ChatGPT and some other functions. So people are creating this stuff that kind of interacts on their own software platforms, but it's also part of ChatGPT, right? So it's just integrated into the system. It kind of sits on top of ChatGPT as well. So within here, you've got create listing remarks and content editor. So on create listing remarks, you're simply going to click on that. It's going to load the page for you, and you'll be able to select some things here for your listing. So again, for those of you that aren't creative, which I'm guilty of as well, this would help immensely in coming up with a creative description for your home. So on the top here in section 1, you're going to pick up the output language. So it defaults here to English, but you got Spanish, Portuguese, German, Chinese, Russian, okay? A word count, okay? And then you put your actual count here. So you do 250 word count. We've expanded now twice the actual amount of characters in the MLS because people are reading this stuff. They are looking at the actual descriptions. So we did upgrade that. So you can either do word count or character count, up to you. So if you want to do character count, you want to do 1,750 characters, you simply just put that in. And then property type, again, this drop down, what kind of property is it? These are driven right on the MLS itself, so they all correlate with that. So we do single family home, city. We'll put Cape Coral, number of bedrooms here, number of baths, and then garages, pool, in-ground, above ground, community pool. So we're gonna put in-ground pool with spa. Backyard is fenced. Home office, yes. Flooring, we're gonna do tile throughout. Kitchen appliances. So again, it has some very simple things.
Building out a nice house there.
On here, yeah, it's a nice house, right? So on here, you could be able to put what exactly optional features you got.
And you can type anything in there. He's selecting stuff that he's typed before, but this is where you can really get creative, or if they've got something special, maybe they've got like a tiki hut or a tiki bar, or, whatever it is that they might have.
So you can put up to 7 features here. I'm going to put all 7 in here.
You put 8
or 8 rather. I'm on number 7.
Can't write and can't count.
I know. It's Monday. What's my last feature going to be here? I'm going to put in here doggy door for all of our pet lovers out there. So that's basically going to put is you put your 8 features in there. You're going to always have to select the use of term policy and agree to it. And then it's going to go ahead and create your listing remarks. So again, this is off of AI, ChatGPT, if you will. So again, it just comes up with what this actual is. And then you can copy it and paste it right into your listing. So again, I would tell you with anything that you do on AI, I think you need to make sure that it is what you want. Everything is editable once you copy this and put in into your actual listing itself. It would be something that you can go back in and edit and change out. There's things in there that obviously come up to anything that you shouldn't have in there, right? That'd be a violation of fair housing or anything discriminatory or
AI doesn't know fair housing. They don't know what rules and regs you guys are going by. So do double check it for that, because we'll see a lot of time, especially when you go right out to ChatGPT, right? Puts great for a small family. And those are the type of things that you can't do.
Right, exactly. So let's come up with a really good, very simple, clean description on here. So that's what that part is used for there. And again, if you don't like it, you can redo it, but you got a couple different here. This was the other one we did last time.
Cape Coral to Cape Cod.
Yeah, Cape Cod.
That was me.
And then you have content editor, right? So you can actually go in here and we'll paste what we just wrote, and we can go ahead and go through and edit it. So content type, this is going to be a, we're going to do a social media post on this house. Again, you're going to accept the terms of use and agree to that. And it's going to go ahead and give you some output that would be a post for social media based on what we just did. So this is it. Now this for me, I think is a little long for social media. So you might want to shorten that up, but it also is what it is, right? So this is built in right now in Agent 3000. So some people love it and just use this right out of the box. We've done classes on this. We've had interaction with, members and users, and they absolutely love this. If you wanted to, and you said, I really don't like this, the social media post, we're going to actually go up here to the top, which is, this is truly ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT, you can put in here. I'm going to move some of this stuff around so I can see it. Put that there. And you can put it in here. So in ChatGPT, you want to be very specific on what you're looking for, because if you're not going to get the results, right? So this is called a command. And when you talk about commands, it's very specific to what you're looking for. Now, we're not signed in. We're not signed up on this. So this is the open ChatGPT that everybody's got free access to. The difference is when you sign up for an account, it'll actually save what you put in here. If you don't sign up for an account, it does not save your messages. And then you can also upgrade to go to 4.0 or 4.00, which is out now. So I'm going to simply put in here, create an engaging social media post for Facebook. So I'm being very specific on my commands. And I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. So I always use the colon. And then behind the colon, I've got the actual description I put, right? So I'm using Facebook for my listings. And I'm going to add in here, include emojis. Okay. And then come down here, I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to come up with the actual, as you'll see, this is a Facebook post. Okay. So again, it's a little long, but it's not as long as the other one. And you have your emojis in here.
And you can even, you didn't tell it what length you wanted, so it's going to give you that. You can tell it to shorten what it gave you.
Yep. There's your very short one, right? So again, using emojis, etc. It's also using hashtags on here, and you simply just hit this, copy it, and put it into Facebook, and you're done. Okay. Again, like anything else, make sure this is what you want. If it's not truly a chef's kitchen, if we don't have stainless steel appliances, which we put in there, we did. You want to make sure you change those things. Okay. And it's funny because it doesn't really say anything about the doggy door here, but it did put the dog prints.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the longer version has the
doggy door.
Yeah.
So, but again, I think it's kind of a cool way to create very quickly your social media post and be able to add that into social media. So we have not created the actual description ourselves. That was created in Agent 3000 using Eve. And then we didn't create this post. We have two of them, a long version, short version. And we didn't create that either. It came out of ChatGPT. So there's two ways that you can, kind of increase your
verbiage.
Yeah, your verbiage and your creativity and engagement with your clients and followers. So going back here to Agent 3000, so that's Eve on the left-hand side here. Again, use it, play with it, get to know it. It's a good start to getting a description written. Now, using ChatGPT, you can do the same thing. So I can go create a very engaging and professional property description for a single family, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bathroom pool home in Coral, Florida. You put the things in: granite countertops,
ground pool,
stainless steel appliances, fireplace, doggy door. And you can put a very simple, very short description, and I hit enter, and it's going to come out here and create, as you'll see, a very long description for that property. And of course, as you upgrade and you get comfortable with this, the descriptions become better, and it starts to almost work around who you are and how you interact with it. So it remembers the things you've done before, and then as you grow with it, it's almost like having Siri on your phone or Alexa. Once it gets to know you and the way you work, it'll become more like you. And as it becomes more like you, it's less that people are going to see that it's actually out of ChatGPT, right? Just becomes kind of who you are, because you'll be able to say, come back and make it less formal, or make it a little funny, or whatever you want to do, and it ends up kind of adopting your personality over time. So but this did a description much different than what came out of Agent 3000. But again, it's a great a great description. Now, if it's not modern elegance, right, you need to change that. Okay. But it's got a good baseline for your description itself. Okay. And then right from ChatGPT, you can say, now write a Facebook post for this house using emojis. Oh, I can spell it. And hashtags no more than 35 words. So that's basically what I did. And that's it. No more than 35 words. That's my hashtags, everything else. And it came right off of what you're doing. So as you continue going through this, you'll see that it cuts creative on its own. I can now create a longer version, and it will create a longer version of that post. So there's your longer version. So again, it gives you a lot of options on this. So there's basically, and we'll talk a little bit more about the 5 different ways that or use cases that AI is happening in real estate. What we're talking about right now is the number 1 use case, which is enhanced marketing. So you've got it on the actual descriptions, you've got it on the photos, which we're going to show you in a second. But the number 1 use case in AI for real estate is what we're doing right now. That's creating marketing pieces. Craig Grant, who was at our TechCon this last March, is scheduled to come back here to the association. I think they have him for a full day. That is, I believe, already uploaded in the login for your class schedules on your dashboard. I believe it's out there.
Yeah, you should be able to go into the education tab and just search Craig Grant.
Yeah, and he did a really phenomenal job of talking about creating these marketing pieces using Canva and Chat GPT. And the same thing you here, because I can tell chat now, I can tell it to create a postcard for this listing. I'm going to say postcard verbiage. And so it's going to create the first, there it is. Back of postcard, front of postcard, the title of it, contact information, scheduling a tour. So it can create almost anything marketing. So that's the number one use case. I'm going to go into Matrix now, and I'm going to show reshape AI, which we have talked about. Which one do I want to use? The top one?
Yeah, do that example.
Okay. This is where, you know, photographs come in. It's one of the other use cases. Where am I at?
You clicked in too far.
I went too far.
Scroll down. Manage photos.
Manage photos. But this is where reshape AI came in. So you'll see it right here. We've been on this now since the 10th of last month. Was it last month? A lot of people get great feedback on this. So we're going to go ahead and browse our photos for this. Can I hit shift and just go? Okay. So I'm going to open those up. It's going to upload all my photos. You'll see I got a bunch of stuff here. And as we're going, you'll see it's got living room. It's posted that with living room features. And I know that there's been comments about how small this is using reshape AI and not being able to read it and how people want to expand it. But you know, it doesn't really give a whole lot of description, but it does have on here tile living room featuring an inviting chandelier and raised ceilings.
I can promise you that's a lot better than what I would have put.
Yeah, well, it's interesting is 80% of our photos are MLS. Prior reshape AI did not have any description on them.
Yeah.
So as you think about this, this is good for marketing, but you know, and it starts here in the multiple listing service in your matrix, but when it gets fed into your website or other websites, it now becomes ADA compliant. So some of these websites, if you're visually impaired, they're set up to hover over the photo and it will read the description to them. So now you're able to, you know, expand on that audience that you normally would not have because your website was not ADA compliant because you didn't, or other people didn't use reshape AI to put descriptions in. So they couldn't tell what the picture was. So that I think is a huge victory in of itself. Kitchen and stainless steel appliances, fixtures, wood type flooring, wall chimney hood range, you know, it has all these things in here for the kitchen itself. So it does do a really good job of coming up with the descriptions of what they are. Okay. And then we have the sixth one down here. It says craftsman style home with a garage. Very simple. Now you can also edit these. So a lot of people's questions are, can we do something with these? Yeah. You know, this is a craftsman style home. I count 3 cars there, right? And if it's my listing, I would know 3-car garage. So you can enhance the actual listing experience as well by adding additional things to it. But very simply, the idea behind here is that when this gets syndicated out to different websites, whether it's a broker's website, whether it's a portal, that this information is coming along with it and transporting as far as the transport of data, and people can see it and utilize that data on the other side. So you got that option. Again, if you click this off and you upload your photos, those will not appear. You'll have no descriptions on your photos at all. So it is an optional thing. We wanted to make sure that we allowed you to pick and choose how you're going to use this, and that it wasn't something that we were going to mandate for you, I guess. So, all right. I don't see any questions so far on any of that. So that's reshape AI. We went through Chat GPT. I want to kind of talk about some other quick things here that I think are cool that are being done in our business. So number one use case is the marketing piece. But they're also there's also a couple other use cases out there, and I'm going to put these websites into the chat. So you guys, that chat version?
I think you can send stuff to them.
I can send stuff. So this right here, so I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try to chat to you guys and put it in here. So this is some websites and stuff that I've been on.
You've got hosts and panelists selected. See if you can select the attendees. Go down where the blue box is.
Oh yeah,
Everyone.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, you guys should see it coming now. So working on some of this AI stuff and looking at kind of what's happening in our business. I was in Washington, D.C. at the NER legislative meetings and was talking to some MLSs out there that are using different systems. This is a different system out there. But again, it's helping people make real estate decisions. So Vero is a leading real estate valuation company, is a pioneer in the space, having developed their own AI-powered solution, Vero Precision, for advanced property valuation. So they're using their own artificial intelligence to come up with valuations. So I think that's powerful. I think as you continue to see AI, I think that, back in the day, you'd have a bank do what they would call a desk CMA or a desk appraisal, right? What that means is that they would do it right from their office. They would go out to the property. I think that with AI coming into the real estate space and having the advancements that these companies like Veros is doing, I can see where a lot of this, if they can get this thing tied in, where it's 99.5% accurate, a lot more of this will be desktop or office type valuations instead of having an appraiser go out there. So but they're using AI for this. It's working currently. I saw a demo of it. And what they did with the demo is they had agents that were local that did some CMAs on some houses, gave them the addresses where they had the data pulled from, and they were extremely close to what the market expert realtor said that they should have been. So it was pretty impressive because you have people that were hyper local in a marketplace that market share and sold a lot of properties, and actually knew the market so well that their valuations were pretty much trusted. And then you had AI come in and go, yep, that's why I had the value at. So I see that happening. I see that that's the kind of the future of where pricing will go to. We sometimes look at portals that do. Zillow's got the Zestimate, all these other people got these, we call them algorithms, right? They have these algorithms even in Remine and even in RPR. They're algorithms. Well, really what an algorithm is
an AI?
It's sort of AI, right? It's sort of artificial intelligence. Yeah. So as they get this better, I think that it's pretty scary on what they're able to do. So here's a solution you guys can look into as we look at the MLS. We bring things before the MLS committee. Artificial intelligence, something we are looking at. We're excited to announce, we talked about Cuba Casa for months now, but Cuba Casa in essence is an artificial intelligence platform. You'll be able to take your phone, download the Cuba Casa app, right? You have an account, and then you'll be able to go ahead and basically go through a house with your phone like this with the app and create basically a 2-dimensional floor plan. And then, be able to upload that to the MLS as an attachment, as a supplement, so people can actually see what that floor plan looks like. But that's artificial intelligence. And then taking that a step further is the artificial intelligence of staging a home on pictures, right? Using photos to stage a home. They have the same thing with Cuba Casa. They've got the same thing with a couple companies out there. And it's amazing. I was on a demo a couple of weeks ago that they're working with Sherwin-Williams and they're working with Home Depot for consumers to take a picture of their house. So they take a picture of their home in the corner and they're able then to upload that onto the website. So for example, Home Depot, and through artificial intelligence, say, if I had my house and it looks like this today, but I wanted to put purple shade carpet in, what would that look like in my house? And I want to put orange paint, and what does that look like? So using artificial intelligence to add this into the home so people see what it looks like. So their number one client right now is the do-it-yourselfers and the folks that redo homes from a flooring perspective or paint remodel companies, those types of things. They're using it with companies that do custom, which I wish I had right now, custom closets, right? So like California Closet Company. So they take a picture of your closet and you bring it in to the closet company, and they'll show you in your own closet what you can do. It's all done through artificial intelligence. So the stuff is here. It's not going to go away. And people say, oh, it's kind of scary what can be out there and all that kind of thing. And it's really not. I think there's a lot of good use cases on it. So this is one company that is using that. And then the other company I want to share with you is HomeBot. So again, the project type here, they're using this to basically get estimates and stuff. So if I was going to go do a roof, which I'm going to pull up here, install replace, and I put a zip code in, okay, and I hit go, you put all your information in, but it's going to give you basically on a project on HomeBot kind of a really close estimate on a roof. So you can put your address in, your phone number, and all your data points here, right? Ideal start date, ready to hire, planning, budgeting, the budget you've got, completion time frame, all this stuff that you put in here. They're using this to get you an actual estimate, but they're using artificial intelligence based on going out and pulling that address at home. They know exactly how many shingles you need, what, how big your roof is, how many pitches you have. I mean, all this data is already available. So pretty advanced stuff here on artificial intelligence as it comes to estimation. So prediction of market and competitive property values is the number 2 way for use cases. And then last is really talking about number 3, 4, and 5 are kind of together, but advanced real estate analysis, which we kind of spoke about already with Veros, doing the actual appraisals and things from an AI system. And then personalized customer experience. So a lot of websites now are using chatbots, which is artificial intelligence. And some of us love it, some of us hate it. But so there's companies out there that using, and the better the AI is getting, the better the chatbot can help you. And I had a situation where I was trying to change an airline ticket, and I was using the chatbot for the airline, and I was able to change the airline ticket that I had just using the chatbot. I was able to do everything I needed to do without talking to a human being. So it wasn't my first choice, but when the wait was 1 hour and 10 minutes on the phone, or I could use a chatbot, I was off in 8 minutes, and I got the same results.
I think for some of us, it might be our first choice.
The chatbot?
The chatbot over the human.
Probably. Well, and I think that there's a lot of companies looking at doing that. So that's another way. A lot of real estate companies are using that as well, integrated into their website. So as an example, I'm not promoting any kind of companies, but something I saw recently was KV Core, and the amount of research and stuff they're putting behind their artificial intelligence for their websites and their chatbots, and even internally within their CRM. So that's one company example. I'm sure there's other ones out there. I saw a specific article on them. So again, personalizing that customer's experience, right? Asking, I can see the chatbot coming out and asking on real estate, would you like to set up a showing, and having that completely automated for the end user, the realtor, so that they don't have to worry about it. It gets done automatically. So I see that happening as well. And then last is AI powered property management. So again, taking everything that we talked about, right, with pictures, with description writing, with chatbots, setting up appointments, all the things that think about property management. Property management, and I was in that business for a long time with 100 doors. It's heavy, call it like manual labor almost, right?
A lot of coordinating.
Yeah, a lot of coordinating, a lot of moving parts. So having Chat GPT or AI in general just come together and be able to do all that There are 2 companies out there right now that are on the cutting edge of creating a completely AI powered property management platform, so that you just upload your photos. They probably got recipe AI behind it, doing descriptions. Then it gets over the next piece. It does a property description based on the photos. And then it actually gets up and able to load it. So that's kind of where that's going. So if you haven't been out, to Second Century Ventures or Reach, again, this is the incubation process NAR has. They will help you see what they're kind of doing out there. They're doing some amazing things with companies and incubating them. Last year, we were at the IOI conference in Miami. And the winner of that IOI conference was a company that used AI for phone answering for agents. You want to speak a little bit to that?
Yeah. It wasn't so much somebody who was going to answer the phone for you, but when you answered, it was something that you plugged into your phone on the back end. It would listen, it would take notes for you, and it would complete tasks for you. So when you're taking phone calls from clients, it would save, if they gave you their phone number, their email, what properties they were looking at, it would write that down. And then as soon as the consumer, the person who called in, would hang up, your AI bot would still be there, and you would be able to say, based on the conversation we just had, please send them an email with the properties attached, and the AI system would do that for you.
Yeah.
And it's like a personal assistant attached to your phone and in your pocket, in there with all of your phone calls.
Yeah, I'm going to share the screen again here because I was very impressed with this. In fact, before we left, I jumped on this and got it and bought it. And it's really inexpensive, but they won the contest.
Yeah.
So I'm going to also put this into the chat here so you guys have it.
Yeah, it'll set your appointments. It'll send emails. You can set it up different ways so that it will ask you for approval before sending emails until you build that trust with the system. But it'll do a lot of tasks for you built into your conversations.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lifesaver. Most realtors, practicing realtors, are on the phone a lot. It's where we spend a majority of the time.
In the car, driving at the same time. You don't have your pen and your paper, and you've got notes all over 100 napkins.
Right, exactly. So this was a time saver, and even though no longer in that line of business, I still use this because if I'm on the phone with somebody, there's something I need to do. I've got that information, and it also has syndication over directly to a CRM you have. So whatever CRM company you may have, see if it actually integrates. They integrate with a lot of them. So your note ends up in your CRM where it should. And then any task and events will automatically get captured. So when you hang up the phone, what it shows here is a phone call. And it says, Gabby confirmed your meeting Thursday at 2 p.m. She requested an update, your quote for an additional 17 users of service. Mentioned it was her birthday on Saturday, 12th, that she was going to shop for a dress for that occasion. So again, the task is send Gabby an invite for the meeting and then review quote with Abby's an event Thursday, August 10th, 24, Branchwood office. So, it is, again, artificial intelligence. It's really dynamic. It's going to save a lot of time. And when you look at this software itself, put this up here again on my way. So use cases for real estate. Again, it's one of their biggest things is real estate on here, but it's not expensive at all. Look at the pricing real quick for you guys. The professional plan is $20 a user per month. So that's pretty good. It's got the CRM integration on it, automatic call logging, calendar integration. I'll actually put the actual invite on your calendar. So I mean, it's pretty dynamic. And again, no credit card required. They're doing 14-day free trials. So something you can check out, get it set up. Again, we're not promoting products here, but it's some of the cool things that we see that's out there in AI that's making lives easier with that. So, so anything you want to add before I go to my next?
I don't think so. I think you got it pretty covered. I would say definitely go out and look at NAR's next IOI summit. If it's something you guys are, if you're looking for new tech, you're looking for ways for tech to make your business even better, go to the IOI summit for sure.
Yeah. So another website here, Housing Wire. Yeah. That's a housing wire thing here. There's a lot of information here. I'm not going to go through all of it, but talks about chatbots specifically at selling homes and how powerful that is. So I felt it was important. Cost of HomeBot. I have not actually used the HomeBot piece of it.
I had somebody who used it. The cost of HomeBot, so they got free quotes for AI, but they do sell, it's got the little disclosure on the side there. They do sell your information to people who purchase into HomeBot, so like roofers and stuff. So the cost of HomeBot, I would say, is a couple of phone calls from some roofers.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. So yeah, so hopefully you got something out of this. I think, you know, where we're kind of going with Recipe AI is for us to be able to do descriptions in that based off of pictures.
Yeah. Yeah, what you have right now is just the photo descriptions. What you'll see probably next couple of months, we're hoping definitely before the end of the year, the Recipe AI program inside of Matrix will become more robust. It will help you with your property descriptions and other input features as it continues to grow with Matrix to make your listing input a lot easier.
Yeah. Yeah. So the vision with that, when we went out and searched it, we love the pictures, the photographs, the ability to write the descriptions about it. But yeah, I mean, full property descriptions based on nothing but the pictures. And answering a couple questions. We're kind of going with that. Also, in full disclosure and transparency, we're using Recipe AI on the compliance aspect of the MLS. So for example, you're not allowed to have a sign in your picture. So you can't take and upload a picture with your sign inside of it. It has your picture and your company's name on it. It's branding violation. So Recipe AI now goes out and reports all those signs, pictures, and brings them to our attention so that we can address them. So we have been using that for almost a year. Yeah, at least a year, if not more, on that side of it to help us with identifying those violations. You know, if there's a house that got a bunch of graffiti on it or whatever the case may be. So, you know, we're using AI for that. We're going to be using AI for monitoring as commissions get taken out of the MLS and using AI for that to track if they're using emojis or whatever to try to put commissions in the MLS. So AI does have its place, I think, in real estate.
For sure.
All right. Any other questions? All right. Seeing none, we'll give you back about 20 minutes. It looks like here, 19 minutes back of your day. Appreciate you joining us. Next week, we have another MLS Monday topic is on One Home. So if you have not played with One Home or if you have questions on One Home, we do have for this group a bunch of items that are being addressed that, you know, One Home's a highly customizable system. And out of the box is pretty powerful, but when we're used to having certain things that we've been accustomed to having for our customers, and now we don't have them, that's a problem. So we are working through with One Home on those issues so that you guys have a better experience with it. As time goes on, again, change is not easy, and out of the box, it wasn't easy to customize it, but we are working through that. So we do appreciate your patience with that, but we'll have a complete MLS Monday next week on nothing but One Home and show you all the cool features and benefits. If you've not used it, it is amazing. It's such a night and day difference from what we had. And the customer experience, what we've heard from our members that are using it and loving it and embracing it is that their customers love the experience as well. So that's a good thing. All right. Well, until next week, have a fantastic, productive week, and we'll talk to you guys very soon.